Okay. Okay, now I'll just close all this. Okay. So now I'll just create one component. Okay, so now I created one component called as employee. Okay, so now what I'll do is I will try to design this particular part. So now what exactly I just wanted to do is I just wanted to create one text box and one checkbox. Okay, that is checkbox control. So what I'll do is first thing is I'll just go to this particular component here. I will just use form. So here I will just use input. Type is equal to text. And then generally I'll be using the name here. Name is equal to what it is, username. Okay, so this is what I just wanted to use. Okay, then I just wanted one checkbox. Input type is equal to checkbox, and I'll just give some name to this. Name is equal to terms. So one text box and one checkbox. And then I just wanted to use one button. So button, I'll just use it as type is equal to submit. So here I'll just click, just employee form. Okay, so this is a simple form which I have given. Okay, so now I just wanted to create one particular okay, now what we will do is we'll create a routing for this. Where is it? Okay, routing module. I'll just create one routing module here. Path is nothing but I will just give the path as employee. employee info. I'm just giving it as employee info. Then I need to write the component. So I just write the component here, and then the name of the component is EMP component, employee component. So I just give the path here, and then what I'll do is in component.html file here. Okay, I'll just use this router link itself. So here, what is that I have given? Employee info. Employee. Okay, so now this is my structure. So now execute it. So a normal HTML form I have created. Okay, so now you can just see that when I just click on this, you are having one text box and this particular form. Okay, and now this is my employee. I'll remove this. And here I will just write apply terms conditions. Okay, so that you can just see this. Okay, so now you have a text box and one check box and then form. Okay, so this is the general structure what we are using in our HTML part of it. So now I want to use this as an Angular form, that is a template driven form. So now for that, whenever I'm using it as a template driven form, what I need to do is I need to use an ng model so that I can just bind this with the component property. So now what exactly I will just do is, now where is my component? This is my component. So in this, I have given the name of this as username and name for this term. So I'll just use this as the same property here. So now the component, what I'll do is username, I'm just declaring it string is equal to, and then I have used a checkbox. It is, I'll just take that as a boolean. So what is that? Terms colon boolean is equal to, I'll just make by default let it be false. So the two properties I have defined here. Now here I'll bind it with the ng model here. So now what I'll do is here I will just tell this part of it as so ng model is equal to, I'll just write username. Okay, so now here you are able to see that it is having some problem. Why? Because I have not
M
added
capital,
one.
ma'am.
capital.
Huh?
Capital NG model,
Huh.
ma'am.
Okay, now I need to use this particular, I need to import the form modules also. We'll just see that. After I assign this, I'll just give that. So here I need to give terms. Okay, so now I just use for each and every element, I am just trying to bind it with the component property. So I have just given it as ng model here for each component. So here for both the components, I have just given it as ng model. So the next part of it is what I need to do is I need to use ng forms. So this particular form is, I need to specify that this particular form belongs to Angular. So how do I specify that? So to specify that, I need to use ng form. So whenever I'm using ng form, I need to prefix with that hash, give some name to this. I'll just tell this as emp. Okay, I'm just giving the name as emp is equal to, now I'll just tell ng form. Okay, so I'm just giving it as ng form here. So now what exactly should happen to this? So I have a button here. So now when I click on this particular button, this particular form should be submitted. So for this part of it, I just give this part of it as one method. So submit. So now I'll just tell submit. When I'm trying to submit this, I'm just going to call some method. So the method name is just, I'll tell that emp details. emp detail. I'll just give like this the method name. Okay, so I just give the method name. So when I give the method name, I should tell that I am submitting this particular form. So what is the name of the form here? I have given it as emp. So I'll just specify that when I'm trying to submit, I'll just tell that this part of it. So now here you can just see that there is a problem with this, some error is there. So later on we'll see, I'll just try to debug this. So this is where exactly a form has been created. I'm just using the ng model to specify the to bind it with the property. Then I am telling that this particular form, whatever we have designed, is an ng form, that is Angular form. So whenever you're giving an Angular form, you should give hash and the name of that particular form, and then when I click on the particular button, I'm trying to submit some information. So this is how exactly I created this particular template. So now in the component part of it, what we need to do? So before this, we need to import it. What is that we need to import?
Form module.
So we'll just try to import the form module. Forms module is imported
already.
Okay, so now we'll just go to the employee component. So here we need to create the method. What is the method name? Again, emp detail. So here I will just specify that I need to just give emp detail. So now what exactly we need to do is I'll just give that, sorry, emp. So I'll just give some form variable. Okay, so for this part of it, I'll just pass ng form. So I'm just using console log for time being, and just I'll tell I want to display this form value.
Ma'am, N should be small.
No, correct only. I need to import it. Okay, so now I'll just explain you what I did is I just took this employee component HTML. So here you have the text box and the checkbox. So what are we telling that we need to bind this particular text box and the checkbox with the properties. So I am using ng model here. So when I'm using ng model, I need to import forms module. So that is one thing which we need to remember. So forms module is there. So these properties are here. The next part of it is I need to tell that this particular form is an angular form. So for that, I'm just using ng form. And when I'm using this ng form, I need to prefix it with hash and then specify the form name. Then when I click on this particular button, this the entire data, whatever is in the form, that should be submitted. So I'm just using one that is an event called a submit, and I'm with when I click on that particular button, I'm just calling this particular method, and to this method I'm just passing the name of this particular form here. Then in the employee component, what I'm doing is I have declared the that is the method name, and I'm passing the form here. So form value ng form console, then I'm trying to display from the console. Okay, so now let us just go here. So now what I'll do is walking. I'm clicking on this and clicking on this. Okay, before that, let me go to this. Okay, so now when I click on this particular form, you can just see that the entire form has been submitted here. So in this part of the form, the entire form, whatever the form is doing, whatever the controls I'm trying to use, what validators I'm using, so the entire form details, you'll be able to see that this is ng submit, it is the event emitter is using directives, then what exactly is happening, the entire state of the particular form has been just displayed for you. Okay, so now I just wanted this particular value to be displayed. So if I just want this walking tree that I'm just trying to display this, or when I'm checking or unchecking, I just want this particular value to be displayed. So in that case, what I need to do, so what I'll do is I'll just make one small change here. So instead of console.log, I'll just tell console.form.value. Okay, so let me just see now. I'll just enter walking, click on this, and then I'll just click on this employee form. You can just see that the username is walking and terms is true. So now if I uncheck and then I click on this, you can just see that it is false. So is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.